Reaction from the Daily Caller, co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend, our friend Tucker Carlson, and Mark Hanna, who used to work for John Kerry, who voted for the $87 billion before he voted against it. Good to see you, Mark. All right, Mark,
hey, Sean.
We have 12 edits now in these talking points, 12. All references to what they originally knew was right, that this was a terror attack, not spontaneous, no YouTube video connection. They had it right. 12 edits. Does that sound like a cover-up to you?
I think you think it sounds like a cover-up, Sean, but look,
I didn't ask you what I think. I asked you what you think.
Sure.
Why make 12 edits and remove references to a terror attack, a particular group tied to Al-Qaeda, warnings that were given ahead of time by the CIA, and then it totally is removed, and then out of nowhere, out of thin air, these other excuses come in. That doesn't sound like a cover-up to you?
Sure. I don't know if you've ever been part of an interagency process of developing talking points. But this was led by the CIA, and you know the Darrell Issa's investigation here. He is known by everybody in Washington as a really good attack dog. Nobody really thinks that he's this kind of watchdog public servant that's trying to get to, a sober fact-finding mission here. People know he's motivated by politics, and that's not the way to honor these four dead Americans.
You're not answering a single question. You're not answering my question. Wait a minute.
Sure.
Jay Carney said only stylistic changes were made. Now, if you removed that it was a terror attack, and you removed that it was Al-Qaeda, and you put in it was spontaneous and that it was related to a YouTube video, is that a minor stylistic change, or is that a major edit 2 months before an election to help your president get reelected?
Sure. Think of it. If you're Barack Obama, what do you want to get elected? You probably want to scare people into thinking that there's an exaggerate the terrorist threat.
Why is it? I know you're liberal. Do you have a hard time hearing? Because I'm going to ask you the question again. You heard my question. If you remove references to terror, there are 4 dead Americans. Wait a minute, Mark, this isn't a joke. There are 4 dead Americans. 4.
I know.
Okay?
I just said that.
We were warned ahead of time by the CIA and by the people on the ground that this could happen. Okay. Those families have a right to the truth. They had the right story originally. They took out all references to the truth. Why would you not interpret that to be a talking point or a political change or being changed for political reasons?
Okay, taking out all references to the truth, I think, is a patent exaggeration. I think what happened is that, and Victoria Nuland and the State Department said this, there was information contained in early drafts of those talking points that would have tipped off our adversaries overseas. Are there political calculations here?
Well,
yeah, they're geopolitical, Sean. They're geopolitical calculations.
All right, Tucker, let me just jump in with a couple of facts here. So we know actually some of what happened. The CIA offered up its analysis to the administration, to the State Department, and Victoria Nuland, who is a Hillary loyalist and a well-known mediocrity and hack, by the way, in Washington, saw this and apparently said this could be used by the Republicans to attack us, and thus began the process of changing these CIA reports into what became the talking points you saw on these shows. To be totally clear, blaming the CIA is ludicrous. The CIA does not do public relations. It offers up its analysis and data to the executive branch, which then makes the policy. So to blame the CIA for setting American policy in Benghazi in the aftermath is absurd.
So that's really the smoking gun, what we described in the opening of the show, and that is that they said, why give this to the Republicans? They actually said it in
and Victoria Nuland said that. Yeah. Exactly. I have concerns about this. And then she went back and forth on this subject.
We have another little piece of the puzzle. That is when Jason Chaffetz, the congressman from Utah, went to Benghazi, Hicks was excoriated by Hillary's chief of staff, Cheryl Mills, for daring to talk to Chaffetz without an attorney.
So is Hicks just a right-wing operative too? Is he a Tea Party guy? Is he a misogynist?
22-year career State Department guy.
These are not political appointees. These are no one has ever accused career State Department employees of having a right-wing bias. So are you going to say that Greg Hicks is some sort of secret, I don't know, Ayn Rand initiative?
He failed to do his job, which was to have a third-party present. And look,
he's a whistleblower who's been punished for telling the truth. I mean, how can you defend that? The left ought to be up in arms about this.
Greg Hicks stepped into the role of the ambassador. Anybody who's worked in foreign service knows you always need a third party in these meetings to record, to take notes, because if ever there's any question or recollection of what happened in that meeting, you need a third party. You know that, working in foreign policy.
You sound like a bureaucratic hack. Why can't the acting head tell a member of Congress investigating the death of 4 Americans, why can't he just freely tell him what happened on the night of the Benghazi attack without getting beaten up, excoriated, and then punished by Hillary Clinton's chief of staff? You know what?
Not to mention that this was a member of Congress that voted for cutting $300 million in diplomatic security and security for our embassies just a year earlier.
Listen, let me educate you. There have been no cuts in spending. We are spending more money in 2013 than 2012. The sequestration has resulted. We still have more money spent this year than last year. Nice try, but I got to roll. Thank you for being with us. Tucker, thank you.
Sean.
We're going to be watching. I love the show on the weekends. Great job.
Thank you.
Thanks.